How do you deal with the financial highs and lows in your business? We talked about how to deal with financial uncertainty in your business, but what about all the emotional side of it? Welcome to Explore Your Enthusiasm with me, Swiger. This is episode 207, and you can find links to everything I discuss at taraswiger.com/podcast207. Head there, put in your email address. We will send the transcript right to you. So a few weeks ago in episode 204, we talked about how to deal with a financial uncertainty in your business. Christina called in, asked the question about financial uncertainty, and that episode has gotten a lot of feedback and a lot of love from you guys, so thank you for that. And as soon as I finished recording it, I stream these recordings live in the Starship. Hello, Starship captains who are watching my live recording. One of the captains, Michelle, said, "Hey, that was good, but what about the emotional side of the highs and lows? How do we handle that uncertainty?" And to be honest, I had to think about it for a while. I was like, I don't know. How do you handle any emotions? So how do we get through that uncertainty? This is a huge part of the business. Your emotional and your mental mindset impacts how much you actually work on the business, how you feel about the work you're doing in the business, whether you keep going or whether you stop, whether you push towards the next goal or you just lay back for a while. How it feels in your business is actually super important. So we can't shy away from thinking about this. But this is one of those topics that's going to depend a lot on who you are and what your expectations and needs are when it relates to your business. So today I'm going to share what seems to help me, what's helped some of my students, and your homework this episode is to reflect on how you've been handling the uncertainty and ask yourself, what do I need here? Then experiment with these suggestions. Okay, you might need to try something else. You might find that nothing kind of helps with these emotions, and I have some suggestions for that as well. So number one, keep in mind what I said in episode 204. There are going to be ups and downs in your business. They're going to be there. Normalize that in your own brain. Recognize it's going to be there whether you like it or not. It's just part of the thing. And by embracing this and reminding yourself of this, you're going to have a lot more peace of mind. You're going to feel better about your business, and the lows aren't going to throw you for such a loop. The thing I found is when I recognize the months that are low every year, year over year, I then don't feel bad when they're low that year. Right? It's not a big deal. It doesn't even like register because, okay, that's just my low month. It doesn't have the same emotional impact on me. And when I recognize that things often take longer, goals take longer to reach than I originally thought, knowing that normalizes it, doesn't throw me for such a loop now. So this takes time. This takes reminding yourself. And when the lows do throw you, come back to reminding yourself this is normal. This is not a sign of impending failure and doom. This is just part of having a business. Remind yourself of that as much as you need to. The second idea is to be gentle with yourself. So one of the things we tend to do, and I'm super guilty of this, is that we feel a feeling and then we judge that feeling. I shouldn't feel that way. This happens with me all the time, right? Like, I shouldn't feel X or Y. And then I'm not only feeling the negative feeling, but I'm also feeling a ton of judgment on top of it and trying to convince myself it's wrong to feel that way. And that's just a big emotional mess. And actually, the reading I've done on depression indicates that the more you judge yourself for feeling depressed, the harder and the longer the depression lasts. And this just makes a lot of sense to me intuitively with all the emotions that you're feeling. The more you judge yourself for that feeling, the longer it's going to last, the harder it's going to feel. So maybe an example of this would be you have a low month and then you freak out and you feel bad about yourself. And then you remember, oh, Tara said this is normal. I shouldn't feel bad. But I feel so bad. But I shouldn't feel bad. I should just be fine. Why is this sending me into such a low? I should just get over it and move on. That's totally normal. We all do that, but it's not helpful. The reason why I'm talking about it is because it's normal to do that, and yet it's not helpful. So what's helpful is to dig into those feelings, acknowledge them, feel them, and as much as possible, take away the judgment. So I had a low month last month. This is an example. I had a low month last month. I feel horrible about it. Okay, I know it's normal, but I just feel bad. Okay, what do I feel bad about? Maybe I feel bad I didn't do enough work. Maybe I feel bad because I feel like I'm lazy. Maybe I feel bad because I tried a marketing thing and it didn't work. Ask yourself, like, what's the bad feeling? What's the sadness? What's the grieving? What do you need to do to feel that feeling? So Jay and I regularly have a thing where he knows that when I feel angry or upset about something, I also then be like, well, I shouldn't be upset about that. And I like push down that anger. And I think in my experience talking with you guys, a lot of us as women feel like we shouldn't feel or express rage. So when we do feel it, or just regular anger, maybe not all the way to rage, we push it down. So Jay will often ask me, hey, do you need to like throw a fit about this? Do you need to get really mad about it? And sometimes I do, like a toddler fit is what we call it, which is illogical and unreasonable and not an adult thing to do. And yet it helps because I expressed the feelings I was feeling. I didn't try to push them down and just let them simmer and So we also tend to do this around actions. Maybe you decide to do something, it doesn't work, and then you judge you deciding to do that was wrong. Sometimes it's new things you're doing in your business. Sometimes it's resting. Like I'll decide to take 2 days off and then later I'll be mad at myself that I took 2 days off. I actually talked about this in a recent vlog episode. And if you guys aren't watching my vlog, you can find it on my YouTube channel, taraswiger.com/YouTube. This podcast is just one of 3 videos I put out every week. So if you're not watching those, go over and check them out. The vlog, I think the title is like, This Was a Hard Week. And I talk about how I took time off and then I felt bad for taking time off and I judged myself. And then I was trying to like release that judgment and just accept I took that time off in order to feel better. So remember, everything in your business is an experiment. Taking time off, taking action, trying a new social media site, it's all an experiment. There is no failure, there's only data. So you gather that data from everything you do in your business, whether it works or not. And let me tell you, after 12 years in business and 8 years in this exact same business with the exact same clients and pretty much the exact same mission, I am still experimenting. You might think, well, after 8 years of me doing this, I'm going to have it figured out. I don't know, but I don't yet. I'm not even close to having everything figured out about what will work and what won't work. And the world is changing all the time, and my clients are changing all the time, and technology is changing all the time. So no judgment for trying things and having them not work out. Be gentle with yourself. Don't beat yourself up if you don't have it figured out either. My third suggestion is when I said everything in your business was an experiment, did you feel a little panicky? Did you feel a little nervous? When I said I don't have everything figured out, did that like kind of freak you out? One foundational step in feeling good in your business is to do some self-inquiry to get to know yourself and build a business that's suited to who you already are. I talk about this a lot, about building a business based on who you are instead of building a business that suits someone else, who they are, or just trying to make yourself into somebody else's or the kind of business you think you should have. I talk about this all the time, but if you'd like me to go deeper into this, I'm happy to go deeper into, like I do with the 4 tendencies, personality, things we want, how we seek out what we want. All of this is going to impact how you're going to interact with this uncertainty in your business. One of the aspects that relates to this uncertainty is knowing your comfort level with risk. Are you risk averse? Does taking risks freak you out? How much uncertainty are you comfortable with in your life? Now, we all need both a certain amount of stability and security and safety, and we need an amount of uncertainty and variety and new stuff. But not everybody feels comfortable with the same levels, and not everybody needs the same levels of each in their life in order to feel happy and feel fulfilled. And we get those needs met in a bunch of different ways. We can get them met in healthy ways. We can get them met in unhealthy ways. We can get them met in ways that are fulfilling and ways that are unfulfilling. We're each most comfortable getting these needs met in certain ways. Like we have habits we go into to get them met. So like I need a high amount of variety in my life compared to a lot of people that I meet, but not compared to the people I was raised around. I'm actually low risk, like risk averse compared to some of the other people in my family, but high amount of risk compared to like, I guess, normal people that I meet in my day-to-day life. But I also really value feeling stable and secure and how much I'm getting things done, like in what I'm doing in a day. So I don't seek variety in terms of changing up my actual day-to-day routines too much. I keep that the same. That's how I'm getting my need for stability met, is I do basically the same day every day. But I get my need for variety met by doing different kinds of work with different projects, different clients, and I even start whole new businesses when I went to, or with whole new podcasts or whole new video projects. Like I would just start something totally new, but that I commit to every week for a long, long time. Like that's what I tend to do. New projects, but with a long-term commitment, and I fold it into my very routinized week. As opposed to, I have a friend who likes to do something different every single day. Like if a day is too much of the same, she gets cranky. But she needs stability in her financial life. She has kids. She needs stability and security in that. So she's a nurse and she works long shifts randomly through the week, and her days off are always different, and her days at work are always different because her nursing job is very changed up, always new patients, always new things going on. So you see, those are ways to get both needs for stability and security and needs for variety met. All of this comes down to you and your creative business and how you feel about this uncertainty. Is it meeting your needs? And is your need for stability and security being met? Because if not, then the uncertainty in your business feels like too overwhelming. If you have uncertainty all across your life, starting a new business, running a business might not be best for you right now. So if you're a person who values stability and security and you're not getting it anywhere else in your life, I just want to reiterate, starting a business and especially relying on your business for the money you need might not be the right step for you. And that's okay. Like, it's not for everybody. It doesn't need to be for everyone. There's nothing wrong with you if you need to get your financial security and stability someplace else. The overall growth of your business is going to almost always be a source of variety. I don't know anybody whose business isn't a source of constant variety in your life. You can add stability in a lot of ways, which I talked about in episode 204 about the financial stability thing. But for most people, especially in those first 5 years, their business is a source of variety and uncertainty. The exception is going to be for those of you who work with the same clients and have the same amount of work each week. Like that doesn't change, but I think of that more as being a freelancer than being an entrepreneur. Now, some of you have found a way over the years to find routine in your work. So like I make a certain amount of products each week. I do the same craft shows each week. I do the same marketing each week. And so that is stable. And what's uncertain is how many you're going to sell. You can kind of never know that. So it's probably not a good idea to get your need for stability and security met with your handmade business. Get it met in other areas of your life. One of the things I always say is I have been married for the last 14 years to the same person. We met when we were 18. That is such a provider of stability and security in my life that I am seeking variety in a bunch of other ways. I'm not seeking them in partnerships. I'm seeking them with projects in my work. No matter where you are in the spectrum and no matter what you're getting from your business or no matter what you need to get in your life, it's okay. It is okay to maybe your small business isn't the right thing for you right now because the rest of your life is so uncertain and so up in the air. Maybe uncertainty and variety is not what you need more of. Maybe you're looking for more stability and security. And if that's the case, I just want to give you permission to take a break from your business, to step back from your business, to make your business your hobby for a couple years. By the way, people in my experience who are having high uncertainty in other areas of their life are either people in their early 20s where everything in your life is changing up. That might be the prime time to start your business because you have like nothing tying you down, like nobody you need to support. Other people who find that it's too uncertain is mothers of very young children, because your young children are a source of uncertainty and variety in your daily life. People going through a divorce, also huge upheaval and uncertainty. And people who are at the retirement empty nest stage are also going through a lot of new uncertainty. Now, those are also prime times when people decide to start a business, right? Because they're like, either they want their own income, they finally feel like they have permission to follow their own dream and to do their own thing. Those are actually the life phases I come across most often in the people I work with. And also, because they have so much uncertainty and variety in the rest of their life, they need something more stable while they start their business on the side. That's all I'm saying, is if that might be the case for you, and that's okay. And then when your business financials become more stable, you can then quit the stable job. Your business is more stable, and it can serve as a source of some certainty in your life. So just think about that. And by the way, this doesn't go for everybody. A lot of people have very high variety needs. They need lots of variety. And if that's you, awesome. Small business is totally going to provide you with that. And other people need really high security needs, but they find that being in charge of their own business actually gives them more security and stability than working for someone else. I fall in that category. I find it much more stabilizing to have, well, let's back up. When I have a job, one person, usually the person who can hire and fire you, is in charge of 100% of your money. How it is right now is somewhere between 200 and 500 people are responsible for like 2% of my money. So if I lose one of those 200 people, I still have money coming in from 199 people. This is also why I didn't like, I did some freelance work and I had a couple ongoing clients, like social media management way back, like 2009, 2010. And I didn't like it because I always felt nervous, right? Like I felt that felt more uncertain to me than me being the only person who could fire me and 200 other people being a source of income versus one person being a source of 100% of my income. Does that make sense? So there are different ways that your brain might treat this uncertainty and risk thing. And you just want to build a business that best suits and make life decisions about your job, about when you work, how you work, what clients you take on. Make those decisions based on what you need out of your business. So that can be summarized in knowing yourself, knowing that about yourself. You're probably going to need to do some journaling, do some thinking. A couple questions you can ask yourself is, my need for uncertainty and variety, how is this getting met in my life? And do I feel like it's being met enough? And usually the feeling you'll have when you don't have enough uncertainty and variety is like boredom. The other question is my need for security and stability. Where am I getting this need met in my life? Am I getting it met enough? If not, where else could I find some security and stability? Or not really find it because you're going to give it to yourself, but how could I set it up? My life, my business, my hobbies, how could I set it up to provide more security, stability, to feel more stable? Often when you're not feeling stable and secure enough, you feel a lot of fear or anxiety. So now, my fourth recommendation is during times of uncertainty in your business, which, let's be frank, could be the whole first 5 years or more, take good care of yourself. When business is going especially bad, sometimes we just want to do all the things. We want to fix everything. We want to work extra hours. We want to do everything. We want to fix it. We want to work harder. We want to make it better. But if you're feeling distressed or you're feeling freaked out, this is a time to take extra good care of yourself. Be sure to eat 3 meals a day, move your body, even if that's a dance party, which is what I prefer, drink lots of water, sleep 8 hours a night. Take care of yourself during this time. By the way, this doesn't mean you're not working extra hard. You can do all of this and still have 20, let's see, if you're sleeping 8 hours a night, I can't do that math. That's like 16 hours of work day. But your work is going to be even better because you're going to be more alert and you're going to feel better. You're going to feel good. You're going to be able to do your best work. So don't skimp on taking care of yourself when you're especially stressed out about your business. And I actually have a whole Facebook group dedicated to talking about how to take care of yourself. Just search for Take Care of Yourself with Tara Swiger. You'll also get the weekly early You'll see us live stream, me and Jolie, our podcast Essential Enthusiasm. When you join that group, we live stream in that group each week, several days before that podcast comes out. So take care of yourself. It's serious. And if you are in an uncertain time right now, I hope that these suggestions have helped. I hope that you got a little bit of insight that will help you figure out what it is you need and what you can get from your business, what you need to look for outside of your business. If you're going through an uncertain time right now, remember, it is totally normal. If it's a real low in your business, it's okay. This is a normal part of having a business. You will get through this. Keep taking care of yourself. Keep getting your needs met. Keep working towards a business you really want. Thank you so much for listening. I wish you a super enthusiastic day. And if you liked this podcast, hit the thumbs up on YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube, hit thumbs up right now. Leave a review on iTunes. If you're listening on your phone, leave a review on whatever thing you're listening on, and share it with your friends. I love to see what you're working on when you listen. So post a picture on Instagram and tag it Explore Your Enthusiasm and tell me, say something about the episode or what you're working on. I love to see it. Thank you so much and have a fantastic day.